All right. Hello. Good evening, Rattler Nation. Welcome to another live episode of the O&G StrikeZone. I'm Bryan Fulford. That's Big Hat Kelvin Rozier. And returning back to the show, none other than Marcus Green. Good to see you, brothers. Big hats and all. What's going on, fellas? What's up? What's up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
It is football season. I got the fever, baby. You know, I had to pull out the hats. Next couple of shows, I have all kind of gadgets. Got my chain too. You know, we ready in this household. What up, fellas?
I love it. I love it. I love it. What's good, Marcus? How you been, man?
Doing good, working hard, but glad to get back on the show. I did get a chance to catch it last week. So, I got a chance to see Ash and see Tashay. Actually, I think that's the first time I've seen Tashay. Mm-hmm. So I caught glimpses of the podcast, but first time seeing her live. So it was good seeing everybody.
On tonight's show, we don't have any. We got a good guest lineup. We don't have any. We don't have anybody that's gonna draw numbers like Taylor Swift. But boy, we got some good guests on tonight. Was
some champions.
You seen that? You seen that? She jumped on a podcast with her boyfriend and brother, and they got like 1 million views. It's like, damn, who we have in the HBCU nation that can draw like that?
Yeah, those Swifties are just about like the Bayhive,
Boy. But loaded show for you tonight. We've got coming up at the bottom of the hour. We've got our good friend Keith Hadley, FangsUp podcast, joining us along with Coach Garfield Ellenwood of our championship-winning track and field program, along with a special guest, a first-time coach.
Tease it.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna tease it anymore. With some breaking news to share. Yes. So that part is what we will break news and share. Then at the top of hour 2. Now, Kelvin, you're in charge of all the booking. I don't want to get fussed at by our Coach Gokhan at the top of hour 2. We're not bringing him on too late because last time we brought him on in this second hour, we got fussed at.
Well, he agreed to it. He gave me the thumbs up, so
okay.
I'm not saying we won't get fussed at still though.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm okay getting fussed at as long as he agreed to it. We'll take the fussing. It's all good. It's all good. We love Coach. So Coach Gokhan will come on at the top of hour 2. We're going to talk about the volleyball program. The schedule is out, released.
The championship dynasty volleyball program.
Yeah, defending SWAC volleyball champs, 4 consecutive SWAC.
And the roster looks partially updated.
Okay, Marcus is going to get into that. I'm gonna leave that to Marcus. I know Marcus would know.
I knew it was somebody I hadn't seen before.
See, Marcus would know. Because I was looking at the roster and I'm like, man, looks kind of light compared to some years past, but I don't know. So Marcus got all the tea. So we'll find out more details from Coach. And yes, as you said, our championship-winning our volleyball program. 4 consecutive SWAC championship games. And, might even have a little breaking. It's not breaking. It was breaking news back in the day when Coach told us, but it's official. Mm-hmm. We'll see if you know what we're talking about. And then also coming up at the bottom of hour 2, we're going to talk to a Rattler legacy, a grad, a former women's basketball player, Nia Bostic, is going to join the show at the bottom of hour number 2. And we also have an exciting giveaway. We teased it a couple of weeks ago. If you watched the show, if you caught our interview with the executive director of the Orange Blossom Classic, we hinted at a potential giveaway. Well, it's time to bone up on your Orange Blossom Classic trivia, because coming up at some point during the show, I don't know exactly which segment we'll do it in, fellas. I don't know, but at some point in the show, we will have a giveaway related to the Orange Blossom Classic. So
make them watch to the second hour.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm just telling you that now. Yes. So we will tease it throughout the course of the show, but you'll want to be locked in for the show. Maybe Kelvin, maybe we'll give a hint somewhere in the middle of the show and come in with the full question, and we'll tell you how later on you can win this giveaway that we have to share with you. Okay, let's kind of go through the roll call. Yep, you gotta go ahead, Kelvin. What you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and break protocol, Bryan.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I'm gonna share a little breaking news.
Oh, really? Right off the bat, huh?
Right off the bat. Let them know how we do on O&G.
Okay.
There was a little article that caused a little stir that might have came out yesterday. And breaking news on O&G, it is confirmed officially that the Mississippi Valley State game and the Florida A&M University game is in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and the official campaign will be launched or announced tomorrow. And along with that, information in terms of ticketing, as well as other events, as well as exclusive information will be coming out for the next week. And everybody stay tuned to the O&G StrikeZone next Wednesday.
Ooh.
But the official launch of the game will happen and be announced tomorrow on multiple platforms.
Okay, tomorrow on multiple platforms. Wow. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Again, if you're just jumping in, Kelvin is confirming on behalf of the show that the long speculated and rumored game between Mississippi Valley State and Florida A&M University, which was a Valley home game in Itabena, and lots of speculation that it was going to Atlanta, and we are confirming that game is going to happen in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium with the official announcement coming tomorrow. How will people be able to find that announcement? Are we going to any link address, anything that you can share regarding that? How, or will we have that later on in the show?
All that will be shared tomorrow. Yes, there are some links, but there's a media blitz that is happening, and I'll let the official folks do the official things.
Okay. All right. As long as they make sure to tag us, so that way we can let the people know. You know what I'm saying? Don't short us. Make sure you tag, whether it be the schools, the O&G StrikeZone, the BCSN. Make sure you tag us so we can turn and let the people know. That's all I ask. All right. So good stuff. Nice drop there, Kelvin. Nice drop. All right, let's get through some of the hellos that are out there. First off, thank you to everybody who's watching the show, wherever and however you're watching the show, whether it be on YouTube via the Jericho Broadcast Network's YouTube page. That's my JBN Online. Of course, we are part of the Black College Sports Network, and Jericho Broadcast Networks is the parent company. Also, you might be watching on our O&G StrikeZone pages that are on YouTube and Facebook. You definitely might be watching on Instagram on live, might be watching on Twitter. We're on the Black College Sports Network Facebook page as well and Twitter feed. So we're in all kinds of places these days. We're everywhere that the people are. Not on Twitch yet. We're working on that. Maybe we'll have to. Not sure what kind of crowd there is on Twitch, but I don't know. We may have to get out there on Twitch. But hit the thumbs up and the like button wherever and however you can. You can always donate to the show. Right there, you see the links via Cash App. You can hit the Square QR code if you want to donate via Square. You can also leave a super chat on the JBN YouTube page as well. All right, so let's hit the hellos to the folks that have jumped in. Nobody as early as 12:30 in the afternoon this time, but Jimmy Mack, first one in the building. Good to have you, Jimmy, as always. He's super excited about that. Bull jumps in. Good to see you, Bull. I missed the 220 Club today. One of the disadvantages of teaching now is that I don't have my free time where I can just tune into the 220 Club in the middle of the day. But I'll take your word on it, Bull. Bull said he got a good report from Coach Colsey. And who else was there, Kelvin, along with
Coach Williams, offensive line coach, and Coach Burris.
Okay.
QB coach and co-offensive coordinator.
Good stuff. Well, as Jimmy Mack reports, Coach Burris looks like we're going to have a high-octane offense. Dare I say, don't tease us and tell me we're going to score over 30 a game now. Don't tease me and have me thinking that that's going to happen. I don't know if we ever did that in the last era. As much as I love the last
for
era,
a season, I don't think so.
Yeah, never did that for a season. So that would be something if we did. Shout out to Kenneth. Good to see you, Kenneth. Thank you for checking in. Marvin Allen from Duval County. Good to see you, Marvin. Thank you for coming in as well. Melissa Wilson. Good to see you, Melissa. Thank you for checking in. Kelvin must be busy, so I'll go ahead and say it.
I am.
Okay. I know. I was gonna say I was gonna wait a second to see if you got it. Ashton Harris. Good to see you, Ashton. Meredith. All right, Meredith. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Appreciate you. JT. A lot of folks are excited that football is in the air. What up, Tony? Good to see you, Tony. Congratulations in many respects to you and the family. Mary 305.
Congratulations. Duh.
Checking in from South Florida. Yeah, man, let's see. Who was at the FAMU Be Out Day in Atlanta over the weekend? It looked like a good crowd. Which Be Out Day is a bigger crowd? Is it the Atlanta, Miami, or Jacksonville? Which one do you think is the bigger crowd? Has anybody been to all three?
Oof.
Just a thought, just a question out there. I'm throwing out to the chats. Little baby, good to see you. Thank you for checking in. I'm not sure what's 8 a.m. What's 8 a.m., little baby? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Marcus, good to see you, Marcus. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Steve Campbell checking in. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. B Starks, thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Good evening to you. JT in the house. Chris Dukes also checking in. Good to see you, fellas. Chuck Hunt, always a pleasure to have you checking in from Monroe, Louisiana, Chuck. Good to have you in. Troy, good to have you. Good evening. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me see. EA coming in. SWAT caucus. Wait a minute. Hold on. Your mic was hot there when you jumped in on that. Okay, there you go. The SWAT caucus throwing dirt on us. Yeah, that's what they do. I think they were upset to see us get ranked number 2 in Dr. Cavill's poll.
I don't understand that. If you look at all awards across every spectrum, from Craig Haley to Stan Beckton to, we have players.
Yes,
we have a lot of players. So we are where we should be.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, a lot of hurt feelings, boy. A lot of hurt feelings. You know, and what's crazy is we beat the number 5 team, beat the number 4 team, and we have historically beat the number 3 team.
And from the second quarter to the last 4 minutes of the
don't say it.
number 1 team.
Don't say it. Stop it.
All right. I'm just calling facts.
It is facts, but you know, nobody wants to. You know, it's like that meme that Troy likes to throw out there of somebody beating the dead horse.
Hey, we finished second last year in the SWAC East. All right, deal with it.
I got you. Hey, Liv, what up, Liv? Good to see you,
Olivia.
Good to see you, Liv. Let me see. Tony asked the question: who lost the starting QB challenge date so far? Well, I think we all predicted next weekend, right? Most of us did. Like on last week's show, we were saying, well, Gerald was the one who said it would be. Actually, Gerald said it would be like today or yesterday.
Yeah. Yes.
Now his article his article led me to believe that it's down to 2 names. I don't think that counts. That doesn't count because Colsey hasn't officially named it. So I think Gerald is out. That just leaves Kelvin, me, Tashay, and Ashley. And I think we all are going with either Friday, Saturday,
Sunday. Right.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be next Wednesday.
Huh?
I think it's gonna be next Wednesday.
Oh, so Marcus is jumping in. You're saying next Wednesday. Okay. Well, we'll see. But yeah, good ass though, Tony. Gerald is out though. How about that? Edwin Moore, good to see you, Edwin. Thank you for checking in and being a part of the show tonight. Shout out to Hollow. Good to see you. Let's see. What other? Let me see. Dare to say Joe Bullard announcement. Yeah, I saw that announcement. Joe Bullard is back. Well, it looks like he will be back on the air in Tallahassee. I'm not familiar with the radio stations, Kelvin, but the 106.1, I think it was that he said he was going to be a part of.
Yeah, he's got a role at also with the Flavor Station 90.5, the campus station also. Correct.
Yes. Good stuff. Good to see you, Earl. How are those Raiders, right? It's the Rickard. Is it the Rickards Raiders? Is that right?
It is.
Yeah. Okay. See, I know a few things. How are the Raiders looking this year, Earl? You know, give us an update. The outstanding athletic director there for Rickards High School. Bull said the starting QB announcement next week. So, you know, give us a date, Bull. You know,
they said Wednesday. Everybody's saying
everybody's saying Wednesday. So you think he's going to announce
at
it
the 220 club? Yeah.
That's the hedge. Is that what everybody's saying?
Evidently, he said he must have mentioned, at the meeting today.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be known before then.
Oh yeah.
I don't know which one of us said Monday or Sunday, but I think that's what I'm hedging. But okay. Let me see. What's this say, little baby? The November 1st game to honor Coach Billy Joe and his players. So, is there a special honor? Is that happening on November 1? Did I miss a memo or something?
I'm not sure on that one.
Okay.
That's breaking news.
That game is already. Yeah, that's breaking news, little baby. Everybody's breaking news. People in the chat room breaking news. Kelvin's breaking news. Marcus might break some news here. I don't know. It's one of these shows tonight. I know we got some guests coming on gonna break some. Man, y'all are doing something tonight. You know, folks is in that mood. Well, people are in a breaking news mood. Anybody else want to break news? You text me. You know how to reach me. Shoot, hit Kelvin up. I don't know what's going on in the water today. Jeez. Sam Gilbert checking in. Let me see. Sam. Okay. Okay. Speaking of FAMU tags, how about I went and got my new FAMU tags this over the weekend?
How long it take for them to ship it?
I don't know. It's been a week now, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know yet. I don't know. It shouldn't hopefully be longer than 2 weeks, but it only costs me again. I don't. So you have to go. So just in case you are someone that's curious about the process, right? You're like, how do I get my new tags? Well, instead of waiting until your registration tags have to be renewed, you can go to the DMV. In Orlando, you got to make an appointment. Now, I don't know about the other cities in the state, but I had to make an appointment. It was pretty simple, right? Same day appointment kind of thing. And go to the DMV. You have to go in and act like you're renewing your tags, essentially. And you just have to let the person know that, you know, you want to apply and get the new tag. I think it's the better tag, the Rattler logo, the real Rattler logo, the officially licensed Rattler logo. And I think it ends up being about, well, with personalized, my tag is personalized. It ended up being about $38 with tax. You know, now normally during your annual renewal thing, it's like 80 something bucks. But since I was kind of mid, I don't even know, but you know, so about $38. Yes, Liv with a great question here. We're gonna talk about that. There's some breaking news. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. Big announcement: the HBCU Invitational. Yeah, something that Coach Ward shared with it. Talk about breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yeah, he broke that back in. But when did we have Coach Ward on? May. Yeah, he told us that, you know, FAMU was playing in an event. The official word came out today. I don't know that we have the actual. Well, we do know one team because Coach Ward told us. I think he said we'll talk about more about that in a later. I'll hold that for a second. All right. I think that anybody I missed, anybody new, any other comments that I wanted. Oh, wait a minute. Demetra saying that Colsey said he would tell the 221st. Oh, come on, Demetra. You know and I know. I think we'll know before Wednesday. Ash is saying Wednesday. Everybody's saying Wednesday. I think we'll know before Wednesday. My guess. We'll know before Wednesday.
Some folks may know now.
Right. Some folks might. I know you read a few articles, you might imply a few things. G-Man on the beat, me and my uncle checking in from Lauderdale. All right. What's
up, Swoop?
What up, Swoop? Hey, good to see you. Thank you for checking in. All right. We appreciate each and every one of you in the chats. I'll try to come around and hit up a few more people as we see. Yeah, Edwin, you're funny. No, you're Edwin, I'm gonna block you, Edwin. I'm gonna put you in the timeout corner. You're a mess. See, you've been hanging around EA too long, Edwin. You in these chat groups, you and EA firing shots at people in the chat room. You know, so man, y'all at a trip. All right, let's take that break because coming up, we've got our special guest right on the other side of this break. You're watching the O&G StrikeZone. Hit the thumbs up and the like button. Wherever you are checking in from, we will be back in just a moment after these words.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
This is Bryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Football fans, HBCU football is back in the ATL with the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge Kickoff. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC, Southern Eagles, Jaguars, the Marching Sound Machine, the Human Jukebox. The kickoff trophy is up for grabs, and bragging rights are on the line. The rivalry is real. Bring the family and join us pre-game for the fun-filled Coca-Cola fan experience, including band jamborees, food, activations, and fellowship. For tickets and information, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.
All right, welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone. Bryan, Marcus, Kelvin, and we got a full house backfield. Joining us, Keith Hadley, right there, center square in the bottom, of course, of our FangsUp podcast. And then to Keith on the left is none other than Coach G. Welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
And making her debut on the O&G StrikeZone, none other than Coach Tamika Kenshin. Coach, welcome to the O&G. Thank you for coming on. How are you? Hold on, do we got Coach? I don't hear you, Coach. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you. We got you.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, do we want to start with the good stuff? We want to start with the breaking news right off the bat.
Yeah, let Coach do his thing.
All right, Coach, I'm gonna turn it up. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it over to you, Coach. Come on, you guys. We're in that mode. We're breaking news right from the hip. So let's go. What you got for us, Coach?
Well, the breaking news is Coach Kenshin has done an outstanding job in the short amount of time that we worked together in FAMU. She's brought home a cross-country championship, her second cross-country championship. And because of that hard work and dedication, she's been promoted to the head cross-country coach for the FAMU Rattlers cross-country team. And just grateful to have her. And looking forward to doing great things with her.
All right, good stuff. Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations.
Talk a little bit about what this opportunity and just the work that you've been putting in there, leading our program to championships.
Want to thank you. It's been a lot of work, great opportunity. Happy for the opportunity. Really working to not only excel on the track side, but then also the cross country side. It has paid off. Like you said, first year managed to get first, last year tough loss, but we managed to get second. So going into this year, just looking forward to continuing to doing the same.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me see. Kelvin, Marcus, anything you want to add in there or any questions you want to throw at Coach K?
I do. First of all, let me say congratulations and thank you for the work you've already done, and then the work you will continue to do on behalf of Florida A&M athletics track programs. My question is, how does the team look? What do you have the numbers that you were looking for? What's the beginning of the season look like for cross country?
Beginning of the season is looking like just trying to build, trying to get back to where we were that first year. I would say, as far as how the team is looking, I'm happy with what's coming in. Looking forward to working hard and putting it all together. As far as the numbers, as always, it's cross country, so of course the numbers are smaller. I think that's about it.
Okay. All right, Marcus.
And to follow up, once again, congratulations, Coach Kitchen.
Thank you.
Do we have a lot of new people coming in, or are we turning a veteran team, or a combination of both?
I would say more so relying on the veteran team. Don't have a lot coming in. And again, with the cross country, the numbers are very small, less than 10 when it comes to cross country. So not working with a lot of numbers from the beginning. So we're going to have more returners than newcomers.
Okay. But how many newcomers will you have?
I want to say off the top of my head, 2, 3. We have 2 coming in, 3 if we're counting 1 from track. So about 2.
And the 2, are they high school or are they transfers?
We have 1 transfer coming in, and then we have 1 coming out of high school. Excited, of course, about both. I think both will contribute heavily.
Okay. And also, just as a plug for both coaches, if you're able, when someone commits, feel free to tag O&G StrikeZone's social media accounts so we can promote and encourage the happiness they have in coming to join us as part of the FAMU League.
Will do. I know.
Okay.
I know one of them. I know that she's posted her coming in our high school. I will do. I'll keep it in mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brother Keith, we don't want to leave you out. How you doing, man? Go ahead. I know we got get some questions in there. You're one of these FAMU journalists that we like to associate with as well, brother. Go ahead. How you doing?
I'm well. You give me too much credit. I wouldn't say journalist. I would just say I turned the hobby into a love and to something else. But welcome, congratulations. What kind of advantage does it have as far as cross country wise, hosting the SWAC championship in Tallahassee? Like you're hosting it there. What kind of advantage is that to you and the team?
I would say we're hosting, but we're not hosting, if that makes sense. It's more so the SWAC hosting is just happens to be here in Tallahassee. I would say that the advantage, of course, could be the home course. If we're able to get over to the course, then that's going to be the advantage, home court advantage. And outside of that, that's really the only advantage. I do think that when it comes to cross country, as much as the home course could be an advantage, it's honestly about just who shows up on that day. So it's not always as much of an advantage as people think it is if we don't show up on that day. Another team has just as much of a chance that we do.
Okay.
Go ahead. We also got all kinds of breaking news of all kinds of sorts. That's just like part 1. Keith and Coach G, you want to share with us part 2 of the breaking news that we got? I don't know how breaking it is.
I think, Coach, I'll let you start now. I already broke it. But it's probably about the return of Kurt Dawkins to the track team, and I
don't know nobody.
Yeah.
Secret.
That's why I was like, huh? You guys kind of know I don't like talking about what was here, I like to just come out. But I mean,
nobody's watching. Nobody's watching, Coach. Go ahead.
You know, it is what it is now. I mean, cat out the bag, but what you say? Hey, you know, at the end of the day, things worked out. You know, things worked out for the good.
Yeah.
You know, we're grateful. We're blessed. It just goes to show that pouring into people, pouring into athletes, you know, it still can be accepted, received, and they're grateful. They're grateful for what they've received, not just from the coaching side on the track, but the coaching side off the track and the personal relationships that develop. And that's why we're doing what we're doing.
Nice. I got a question that I came across. You know, we're not gonna beat you with too many questions over the head regarding that, Coach. We'll move left on that one. But I got a question. We can bring this back, and either Coach K or Coach D, you can add this. This comes from Kenya. Does this give us an opportunity, a path back to adding men's cross country into the fold? What can we share, or just maybe some thoughts about that?
It's been bounced around, but it takes more. It's more than just adding it back. There's things that have to come along with that to be able to be competitive. You know, scholarships to begin with. You know, we're going up against people that now have 17 cross-country scholarships and 35 men track scholarships. So when you're talking about adding something in, there's definitely things that have to come along with that before we get to that point.
Okay. I know the last time that we talked to you, Coach, was right before you took 12 athletes to regionals. I think it was regionals, right?
Yes, NCAA freshman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to hear, and this kind of thought came to mind, and while we got Coach K here as well, you know, that's a large number. I think that might be the largest number since you've had the position. And I don't know if we had the largest contingent of athletes there or not. I felt like we were maybe one of the largest groups. What's your evaluation of the experience, and how do we add and continue to push more students into the next phase, which is nationals?
Well, yeah, to answer first, yes, that was the most as a family has ever taken in school history. Second, it definitely it allowed them to see that they belong, that they can compete. And so it was a young group. Everyone that went will be returning this year. So I think we're on the rise in that environment that gave them what they needed to carry over to this season. Definitely over the summer, athletes have definitely been working hard. And when they left there, they left with that taste in their mouth. First, they were happy for Kurt to advance through. And the next thing was, I'm going to be there next year. So it definitely did. It opened their eyes to what the possibilities are.
Nice. Anybody, Coach K, you want to add to that, or did anybody got any follow-ups to that? Feel free to jump in.
Okay, I not a follow-up to that, but I do have a question that I want to throw at Keith and the coaches. So I know that, Keith, you took it upon yourself to try to get a sport, and you even challenged the O&G to pick a Olympic sport to kind of support and fundraise for, and track happened to be the one that you chose. Kind of talk about why you did that and how people can support that one. And then I want the coaches to talk about how important that is and what that allows for them to grow their program. But go ahead, Keith.
Now, definitely part of it, it's a couple people. I mean, obviously, Rick Kinsey is definitely a huge reason. You see a brother raise, $50,000. I ain't no $50,000 guy, but, I do what I can. And so, it's part of that, but also it's just relationships matter. I mean, Coach talked about relationships And I really got to know Coach through St. Clair. St. Clair Moraine round 1, and St. Clair treats me like, adopted family. And he's brought me in, and, I remember, Coach really first time getting here, we had him on the show and we talked to Coach, and Coach continuously comes on the show, gives his time to FAMU. And it was just one of those things where I was like, all right, we need a team. Like, I want somebody that I can support. I may not be able to make that FAMU Hall of Fame money, but at the same point, I want to make sure that every sport knows that somebody's supporting them. So it was just the simple fact that, we saw the thing, and, folks reached out to us and said, hey, we need to raise some funds to try to do some things. And I was like, okay. And it to me, it made more sense to focus on one sport. And so why not pick track? I've coached track in the past. I've never been the great track coach. I'm always more of the track parent. So I always, hey, make sure all the kids, make sure everything, more like the team manager. But it just came about that way. So eventually it got to the point where I got Coach G's information, and I was like, hey, would you mind if we just adopted you as our team? And it's just that football gets everything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love football. I love basketball, but we all know football, basketball, they are known as the revenue sports. And so it's a place where us as FAMU Nation, us as individual Rattlers can pick those sports that aren't known as revenue producing sports, but we can help them compete. Like, it's real easy for us to talk about what's going on across the track, but we need to make sure we take care of the other side of the track, so we can always talk about walking your trap and take your trap kind of stuff. But, when they have the SWAC championship, that's the only championship we're hosting in Tallahassee. And it's for our track and field sports. Our track and field athletes need to be able to stay here. And when they go to places like Oregon, we want them to come back like Kirk did and stay home. We don't want them to go there and get recruited by all these other schools, and then we find out they're leaving. So, so it kind of started like that. And it just kind of started with the idea, and Coach G and I kind of pushed it and kind of waited. And I know we kind of dropped the information about Kirk today, but, we're going to try to keep Kirk as our student athlete, and we're going to keep pushing for the track team and, try to have it across all platforms where throughout the year, keep donating to this cause, because the money goes to the athletes. It don't go in my pocket. Yeah. I know any money that hits my hands is clean, but I make sure it don't touch my hands. So that way, when Coach calls, we take care of it and we put it to where it needs to be. So we didn't reach our goals, but we're going to keep pushing until we do.
All right. And before the coaches speak on the importance of that, how can people, because I know you're doing it through Fang Exchange?
We are doing it in conjunction with the Fang Exchange. So the Fang Exchange is collecting the funds for us, and they're distributing the funds. So it didn't make sense to recreate the wheel. Y'all know how I feel about having 17 different splinter organizations. We should have one or two organizations that you can consistently trust. I know you can trust the Fang Exchange. Y'all know, we all work as one. You got multiple teams, multiple groups, but O&G StrikeZone, FangsUp, we don't compete with each other. We complement each other. So as long as we're working together, that's how we should do things. And that's how we should always do things, decently and in order, just like we do at the church house. So it's one family, and we all work together to accomplish the goal.
So I know Coach G gonna knock it out of the park with the importance of this, but I want to give Coach Kitchen a chance to go to talk about what it means to her in the program to have this kind of support, and to solicit Rattler Nation to continue to support. Coach Kitchen.
We got you, Coach. Yeah, she might have froze up.
Yeah, it look like she's frozen right now. So go ahead, Coach G.
Yeah, it truly was a blessing. First off, to have the support. I've said from day one, first time I came and spoke with over the 220, then I got a chance to meet you guys. You all embraced me and the staff as family from day one, and it really goes a long way in the grind, the daily grind that we have to deal with. To know that we have you guys' support means a lot, more than you know. As far as the financial support allowed us to keep the athletes healthy, to be able to have our massage therapists with us when we travel to meet, to take care of the dry needling, the things that keep them healthy to be able to perform at a high level. Being able to prevent versus working out with it on the back end and having to prehab, and that just goes a long way. And that's what those funds are used for. We went out to Chicago last year to the Windy City Invite. They did a fundraiser for us to get us out there. I mean, all in all, the FAMU League has supported us, and we greatly appreciate it. Because without it, we wouldn't have any of the championships that we have.
Well said.
Well said. Well said. Marcus, you got any questions or anything there for Coach? I know I had something I was going to ask him, but
Yeah, actually, I do. Coach, wanted to ask, in terms of the volume of student athletes that you took out to NCAA regionals and the success of the team, how has that helped promote the program and generate interest in the program from folks coming in perhaps for 25, 26 or beyond?
It's helped a lot. A lot of people, other athletes were able to see what we're capable of. Mm-hmm. We have, everyone knows academically we can compete against the best academically, but now they know we can do the same on the track. Getting tons of emails of interest, been able to attract quality athletes that are buying into what we're selling, believe that they can be taken to the next level here at FAMU. So, I mean, our trajectory is definitely on the rise and very quickly.
And I know Kirk's example, and granted, he did come back, so that's a benefit and a bonus. But to what degree have you had to fend off for some of the other stellar performers from this past year?
Oh yeah, it was a lot. Again, I thank the Lord that I had coaches that cared about me, and I was able to pass that on to the athletes, because that's genuinely really why they stayed, because they all had opportunities to go elsewhere, whether it was direct, because some coaches are direct, some send athletes, some in their direct messages, but whatever the case may be, they stayed loyal to myself, Coach, the staff, the team as a whole, because they know what we're trying to build here.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
And to that point, Coach, I looked at the roster just to confirm again, but we have you've built a very young core. Pretty much everybody who, as you pointed out, who went to regionals, as well as, all your major performers are underclassmen, and many will still be underclassmen even after this season. So talk about your recruiting philosophy and taking this program from where it's at currently and taking that next step.
Yeah, well, of course, with the transfer portal opening up, it allows you to get some athletes that may be seasoned, and you want to have some leaders and some veterans. So it's about making sure that it meshes with the young talent as well. We only lost 2 seniors last year from that team, from the women's team, and 1 from the men's team. So, like you said, we're young, they're hungry, they're motivated. I'm seeing messages in the group chat, and it's like they're already talking about getting to work. So the culture shift is we finally have our full recruiting class, our first complete recruiting class, and you can see the change in the mindset and the belief of what we can do. And that means a lot, because now you take these young ones can pass it down. They'll become the upperclassmen, and they'll be able to pass it down and understand that there's a culture here. There's a level of expectation. Yeah. And your teammates, not just the coaches, but your teammates are expecting you to rise to the occasion as well.
I was curious, Coach, and I know we have built. You have like I've done anything. You have built.
Yeah, you guys are a part of this.
Oh well, you're too nice. You and Coach K and the rest of the coaches do all the hard lifting. You guys, you have built one of the top women's programs in the SWAC. I mean, it's like us in a. I mean, the stats don't lie. When we look over on the men's side, we moved from being maybe in that bottom third, bottom half into the upper half over the last couple years. what does this upcoming season look like? Indoor, outdoor? I'm not asking for any predictions, but do you feel like this is a year where our men's teams, men's events and runners and field athletes, this is the year where we maybe move into the top third in whether it be indoor or outdoor, or, what's your thoughts where we're at?
Again, I feel really good about the men that we've recruited in. We have the returners we have coming back. All the pieces of the puzzle are here. Now it's just time for us to do what we need to do. I always say at the end of the day, it has to be the Lord's will, but He's allowed us to put something together that I think will be pretty competitive.
All right. Anybody got any final questions there for Coach G? I know we lost Coach K, must have signaled, but we definitely appreciate her coming in and getting a chance to talk. But you guys got any final questions for Coach G?
I definitely got a question, Coach. And y'all don't know, look, Coach is awesome. I do appreciate him. Coach will call me, and he's dealt with my summer schedule. Brian knows during the summer, Keith is not an easy person to get to. And Coach G is one of the few people that has been able to consistently get me. But my question is, you talked about the players being kind of excited and itching to come back. When do y'all start, preparing and getting athletes ready to come back to get ready for track season? We know you got fall kind of track season and spring track. When do the players come back and start hitting the track?
The cross country moved in today, so they'll start their workouts tomorrow. And then next week, the transfers and freshmen will start matriculating in. And by the first day of class is August 25th. We have our team gathering. We'll fellowship on Labor Day. And then that's the first. And the second, I'm going to kill them. It's time to go to work.
Well, one more before you go, Coach. We got to ask the question. And Brian, it's a shameless plug. If you haven't checked, I got the QR code back up there with Kurt Dawkins. I will reshare it with y'all. We need y'all to donate to the track program. So Kurt is the poster athlete, but we need y'all to donate to the track program. All funds, they do go through the Fang Exchange, go to the track program. But what do you need, Coach? I think a lot of times you are very humble. You don't mind saying what you need, but sometimes we need to hear it in Rattler Nation. What can we do to help our student athletes become the champions that they are in the classroom and out of the classroom?
Basically, same as always. Whatever you guys can do, it'll be greatly appreciated, whether it's $5 or $500. It's all going towards the athletes, their rehab, again, their prehab, the things that need to keep them healthy. Our travel, we take all that stuff is taken care of, but the main thing is being able to make sure that they're healthy, and that goes along with the massage, the dry needling, shockwave, all the preventive things is what really is what's needed to make sure that these group of athletes get to the level that they can get to.
All right. Again, we appreciate Coach G. Earlier, Coach K, Coach Tamika Kenshin came on, and if you missed the breaking news, Coach shared with us that Coach Kenshin will be taking over the cross-country program as the head cross-country coach. But we know it's a family, literally, FAMU within the track program. So, she's not going anywhere far from all the other wonderful athletes that she's helped indoor and outdoor. And so what does that, I'm just curious, what does that extra time allow you to do, Coach, now that you kind of give that part over to Coach Kenshin? What does that extra time allow you to do?
Just be on the track more. I made a vow to myself that I was going to be on the track a lot more this year than I have been the last couple of years, just trying to get things aligned. Now it's all about building, so I can break. I'm already outside pretty much 4 to 5 hours a day. Now I'm gonna make it 6. I would rather be outside coaching all day than up in the office doing work. So it just allows me to be in my happy place. And athletes might not like it, but I'm gonna enjoy it.
Well said, Coach. All right. Well, hey, we look forward to the upcoming season, and I'm sure we'll have a chance to talk more. Keith, you're gonna, I know, well, hang tight, Keith, because you'll give us more of that info and you'll share that QR code. But any last words? Give me the last word, Coach. Anything you want to say to Rattler Nation as we close out with you?
Rattler Nation, as always, thank you for your support. We're going to continue to do our best to make you proud. And a special thanks to Keith, you guys, the way you actually get out and push for us. It means a lot. And I'm grateful. I'm truly, truly grateful. And you guys don't know what it means to know that you're supported. Come to work every day and know that the people outside around you really believe in what you're doing. It makes it worthwhile.
We appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you and all the coaches. And we love you guys. You have some of the most fun, entertaining students to talk to. Whenever we get your students on, they're a blast. So we always love talking to our track athletes, the men, the women. And so hopefully we'll have more on this upcoming season.
Yeah, for sure. You just let us know and we'll be here.
All right. Again, Coach Garfield, Ellenwood, and on behalf, we had Coach Kinchin earlier, so Tamika Kinchin. So you guys make sure to stay up, FangsUp podcast, as well as our show for all the latest updates on the track and field season, starting with cross country coming up in about a month. And then they'll get the indoor season into, I think, January, right? Indoor season will kind of begin around January. Yep.
Yeah, first meeting December 5th.
Oh, December 5th. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, we'll get you on a little bit later in the fall, and kind of you'll maybe be able to share some news with various events once they become officially known. All right.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. All right. You guys be blessed. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it, Coach.
All right, Coach G in the building. All right, well, we'll be bringing on Coach Gokhan coming up here shortly. But while we have Keith in the building for another minute or two, Keith, what's it been like on the journey of the summer? You've been breaking down every game practically over the all season. As you see the different preseason analysis and reports, you know, you got publications saying we won't win but 6.5 games, and other publications ranking us 5th and 6th. What's your take on all this? News or noise, Keith? Come on, be honest with us.
I think it's noise. When I saw 6.5, I wanted to see. Look, I ain't no gambling man, but I was like, hey, I might see if I can find a little coin.
I'll take that over. Where's that at? Right. Exactly. Where's that at?
But I think it's a lot of noise right now. I mean, obviously, we don't know who the quarterback is yet. We'll probably find out Wednesday. I think we're going to be flying kind of high at quarterback. That's just me personally. I like Jets. So I don't know about y'all. But, you know, but I think, you know, overall it's noise. I mean, but the first game of the season's coming. I don't think it's going to be FAMU by 40, but I think it's going to be a healthy win down in Miami. And then you go back down there to Boca, you know, like Rick Ross. And I think it's going to be a little bit of fun. So, you know, going on and looking at the season so far, I think FAMU has a really great chance of competing and winning the SWAC. Mm-hmm. There's only one team that you should compete with division-wise, because even though Alabama State, you know, we do know they have Andrew Body coming back. There's a lot of questions there. I mean, y'all were there at SWAC media today. Y'all heard their coach pretty much say roster-wise, they don't have the numbers we have. So you start looking at FAMU's thrown money at the problem, if you want to say that. They've thrown it in just numbers. Like, you've heard Coach Cozy. I don't know if y'all caught the show with St. Clair, where Cozy has openly stated, like, quarterback-wise, after Daniel Richardson, we were done. You know, as much as I love number 7, you know, that was my boy, but I'll tell you honest, he wasn't going to be he couldn't once the season started. It's like, yeah, no. And Cozy pretty much said that in a very nice way. Running back wise, offensive line were deep. Like, I think overall, FAMU is one of the top 3 teams in the SWAC. And I think you're going to see that, if not the best team. And, you know, we had them like Dennis Green said, and we let them off the hook in Jackson. I think we get our lit back in Tallahassee.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna find that sound bite. I'm gonna just start playing that sound bite. we had them and we let them off the hook.
But I think the other sports are excited too, man. I mean, if you're looking at FAMU basketball, look, I ain't gonna buy no season tickets, but I mean, I'm gonna try to make it as many games as possible. You know, if I was closer to Tallahassee, I definitely would. But you look at these next 2 years, you got a coach that's committed to staying in the area. Look at what he's recruiting, bringing in. Like, I know Marcus, I know Marcus's chart is going nuts because I just got computer 2 over here, and I'm like, all right, as soon as we finish, wife gonna go chill over there, and I'm gonna get caught up on this recruiting because I've been off for like a week or two. Like, you just look at both basketball, men's, women's. You already got a 26 offer. When's the last time FAMU had a men's basketball commit a year early?
Yeah,
and a 4-star. Previously, coaches didn't even would openly say they weren't trying because allegedly those kids wouldn't be interested. So it's amazing how leadership and vision translate.
Different mindset.
Yeah.
And the advent of the transfer portal. Let's not, deny. We all know they're high school kids, and Bryan, you coach them. Man, these high school kids aren't getting the same offers they were getting. I remember talking to Quinn Gray post game. I was like, "Hey, I got a guy, and he's like, is he transfer?" I was like, "Nah, he's a high school." He's like, "We prefer transfers right now." I'm like, he's like all Orange County, not like all Levy County. And he was like, kid ended up going D3 and was lucky to get that. So you're starting to see where the transfer portal, it helps and it hurts. So just looking at FAMU overall, I think it's up, when you're looking at athletically, otherwise, hey, you feel how you feel about it, but it's an exciting place to be. And, if everybody can get their stuff approved in time, we'll all be in the same place where we need to be.
Well said. You guys got any other questions for Keith?
No, man. Just want to say I appreciate you for what you're doing, and I enjoy watching your platform, and I enjoy the fact that you come on our show and we look to collaborate and do a little bit more of this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, y'all. we won't break too much news today, but Kelvin and Bryan and Marcus, y'all all know what's up. So we shall see how things go.
We've done a lot already in just 1 hour. Yes. Good stuff.
Hey, Keith, I'll holler at you offline because there's a young man that I think we can bring into the fold and help us with some stuff. So
I would greatly appreciate that. As y'all know, I don't think too many people do as much recruiting content as us FAMU people do. And that's a testament to the people who are dedicated to this, because we don't get paid for it. It's out of our pockets and our time, but it is appreciated. And when we go other circles, we do hear it. So I definitely get frat meeting conversations a lot. Like, hey, appreciate it. So
Jimmy Mack said, "Put some respect on Levy County, Keith." That's it. I don't even know where Levy County is. I think you just pulled that one out your rear, Keith. I don't even know if you know where Levy County is. I think you just came with that. And Jimmy Mack's like, yo, whoa. Hold up there. Hold up. How's school going, real quick, before I let you go? How's first couple days of school going for you?
First couple of days are solid, man. This is the smartest group of 8th graders I've had in a long time. I've been telling my kids that. And as you know, I did pass the Feely. I'm waiting on one more section of the Feely. So looking to try to move to the AP role eventually. So that's the goal. But it was after a lot of encouragement and prayer and sometimes a little finger wagging from some of my administrators, but it's so far so good, man. Really receptive kids, and I'm in the hood, but I love it, man. And my kids are, we might be in the hood, but we're not products of the hood, man. We are amazing kids at the Great Memorial Middle School. So down from the Great Jones High School. So y'all been down there, y'all know what we deal with, but our kids are amazing.
Yeah. Man, we have to talk offline, man. We can share 8th grade war stories. Jesus. love my 8th graders.
Absolutely.
All right, Keith Hadley, FangsUp podcast. Make sure to follow the show Thursday and Sunday nights on the interwebs, everywhere that you stream. That's where Keith is. FangsUp podcast is where you can find them. All right, Keith. Appreciate you. We're going to take a break. We'll see if we've got our next guest lined up. And then we will, if not, I know Marcus has got some news to share. We're going to tease a little info on that giveaway. Orange Blossom Classic giveaway coming up. More details about how you can win a pair of tickets to the Orange Blossom Classic. I'm not going to tell you where, but again, they're pretty good seats.
You want to stick around.
You want to
look, cuz, am I going to see you next week? Next weekend, in Tampa.
Man, I talked with Mike Reed. We got to talk about that. I got some stuff going on. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Okay,
and I'm mad as hell about it.
How about you, Bryan? You coming over?
No, I am down in. Let's see, next weekend. No, I'm up in Atlanta for the MEAC Swag Challenge.
Okay,
I'm actually working, so yeah.
All right.
I
ain't mad at it.
But I'll be with y'all in spirit.
Hey, there we go.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the O&G StrikeZone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
Football fans, HBCU football is back in the ATL with the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge Kickoff. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC, Southern Eagles, Jaguars, the Marching Sound Machine, the Human Jukebox. The kickoff trophy is up for grabs, and bragging rights are on the line. The rivalry is real. Bring the family and join us pre-game for the fun-filled Coca-Cola fan experience, including band jamborees, food, activations, and fellowship. For tickets and information, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KeversVoice.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
All right, welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone. Bryan, Marcus, and Kelvin here. And we are hoping that joining us soon will be head volleyball coach Gokhan Yilmaz. we'll check out Coach. But while we wait on Coach, again, thank you to everybody. Hit the thumbs up and the like button if you would, wherever and however you're watching us. So I mentioned that we will be doing a giveaway. Well, I will share with you that we are going to be giving away a pair. That's two. A pair of club level seats to the Orange Blossom Classic on the FAMU side. That's right. So a pair of club level seats on the FAMU side. And, for those of you who maybe, I don't know where your tickets are, if you've already purchased tickets, but when we're talking club level, we're talking this vantage point, which also comes with great amenities like hanging out in the club level lounge and things like that. So a pair of club level seats on the FAMU side. Now, we have we've been tossing around different ways to promote this. So coming up a little bit later in the show, we will share with you how you can win one of these great pairs of tickets. So bone up on your club, bone up on your Orange Blossom Classic trivia. Little known facts, and we will let you know how you can register. Right? Because I think here's what we got to do, fellas. The question that we're going to come with, the question that we talked about offline, people are going to have an opportunity. So what I'm going to do is you will have a time window. So if you're watching the show, you will have a window of opportunity to submit your entry. I'm not going to make this an all night, all day thing. So if you're not watching the show live, hopefully maybe you're behind and not too far behind. Like if you're watching the show a day later, you're going to miss out on the opportunity. I'm sorry. You'll want to stay tuned though, because there might be another chance another week. But this first opportunity, you got to be watching the show live. So if you're watching the show live, you're going to have a window and opportunity to submit. And when you submit your entry, all the submitted entries that have the correct answer, you will be entered into the drawing, and then we will draw, and then we will contact you. Okay. So that's how we're going. You guys like that? That sound fair? That sound reasonable?
You already said it.
Well, I did, but I mean, I can always amend it on the fly if I need to. You know what I'm saying? I got that. We got that kind of ability here. I just want. Okay, enough talk from me. Let's welcome on to the show our 3-time SWAC volleyball championship winning coach, 4-time consecutive SWAC championship game appearance, none other than affectionately known by his young ladies, the people, Gokhan, none other than Coach Gokhan Yilmaz. Welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone. Coach, how you doing this evening?
Thanks for having me. Everything is good so far.
I love that. Everything is good so far. All right. Love to hear it. Coach, why don't you, if you would, for us, what has the off season been like for you, whether it be your mental preparation, your mental relaxation, coming off a season where undefeated, perfect. I mean, not too many teams in volleyball in the NCAAs get to say they ran a perfect season in conference play. I mean, that's a major accomplishment. But after that, I can't imagine how tough it is to keep building. What's that been like for you?
Well, I want to start. I think your show started thinking that I'm going to give you guys a hard time the time that I'm on the show. Well, that's at least a rumor. but we're not going to go there tonight. And then
we love you, Coach.
I also heard that the numbers, the viewership would not be too high because we're not Taylor Swift. But I think Tamika took care of that. So congrats to her being the head coach for cross country. Well deserved. I work in the same office with both Garfield and her. They're doing an exceptional job. What a change from what we had previously. It's amazing to see how they elevated the program, how they carry themselves, how they recruit, and how they run something that turned out to be special in the athletic department. So congrats to all of them for track and cross country. For us, I think there were 4 other teams that were undefeated last year in conference play. And I don't know the number, but I believe 8 or 9 undefeated home stretches for teams in the country. So we were an elite company when it comes to that, but every year it resets. 17 players, majority of them are new. We have 8 incoming players, 4 transfers, 4 freshmen. Finally, a good mixture of transfers and freshmen that are from highly respected clubs, highly respected volleyball areas. And I think they're going to make immediate impact. And once Dennis updates the roster, you'll see the pure size of the players we have, more 6'2", 6'3s on the roster now. So the goal we set a couple of years back to catch up with the size of the players Power Force have, we are moving towards that direction.
Nice. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Coach, you had a very senior-laden team last year. You know, you lost quite a few people off that particular team, as well as an assistant coach who has moved on and will be running her first program. Just talk about the transition, how it's going, some of the people you brought in, and how you're approaching the start of this season.
For, I would say, last 2 to 3 years, we had groups that had really good senior leadership, a lot of older players due to grad transfers that we were able to bring in. We lost 10 last year. It's a big number for us. Obviously, some played significant playing time. Some didn't play all that much. That's how the teams go. But with this new group, our goal always is to bring players that can better the group that we have. So when we go out and recruit either freshmen or transfers, our goal is to see, can they play or can they beat the current group that we have? And I think all the players we bring in accomplish that. Obviously, there's a lot of improvement that needs to be done. There's a lot of times in practice we look really young, we look inexperienced, but we're extremely athletic, and it's gonna come together. For coaches, we lost 2. Dominique Washington, she has a full-time job already. We knew she would not come back, but we appreciate everything she's done for us as a player and as a coach. We'll see if we can overcome that curse, if we can win without Dominique on the court, either as a coach or a player. So that's something we have to prove. And Caitlin Scroggins, I gave her name as a candidate for the job. I mean, Tiffany Dawn Sykes is the AD at Virginia State. When that job became available back in March, she was asking me if I could give her some names. And Caitlin was the only name that I gave, and I think she's going to do fantastic. One of the most mature players we had as a player and as a coach, was a really great mentor to the kids last year. I'm excited for her, and what an early age to be able to take a program and put your own stamp on it. With that being said, we're adding 2 coaches. I think the trend we started with bringing our former players back as coaches has helped us quite a bit. So London Hatch, one of our setters, she ended up starting in our conference final and in the NCAA tournament. She's coming back as an assistant coach. She's going to be with us on the 22nd. And finally, today, the paperwork was signed. Brooke Hudson is going to be our other assistant coach.
Yeah, coming back.
Yeah, she is the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. She holds, I think, digs for the season record. She broke the record her first year, and then she went in and broke her own record in her second year. So she's going to work with our defensive players, expecting her to help the group as well.
That's
breaking
awesome.
news.
That's awesome. I tell you, we keep it going. Keep it going. Keep the trend going. Breaking news. Good stuff. Go ahead, Marcus.
Welcome back, Coach. I wanted to ask, with this slate of new players that you're having, almost, I guess, half the roster, or a little under half of the 17 players, do you expect, I guess, the style of play to change, or would you alter or go in a different direction in terms of the players that you're bringing in and how that allows you to play versus the previous years?
Well, our goal has always been playing faster, especially at the middle of the court. So if you draw a circle around where the setter usually plays 5 feet in front and 5 feet behind, that's the area that we have been slow. Isis and Kalia did a great job last year to speed that up for us. But those were 4th year and 6th year players. So it takes a long time to get there, or you have to come in ready, doing that already from your club circle. That's the area that we've been trying to improve a lot. I think Farah is doing a great job. She was on the team last year with being able to establish that. And then being bigger at the net, just the height of the players, that helps with that too. Now every step you take is larger, and you don't have to jump that high to clear the tape to be able to make some plays. I can say that we're going to be a blocking heavy team, which we haven't been for a long time, but the conference finals last year. And that's really a good change, because you'll see some of the defensive players we added are exceptional. I think they're going to do a great job behind those taller blocking players and help us make more plays in transition.
Okay. Just one quick follow-up. As you know, I like to track and see who's coming, if at all possible, and probably one of the more difficult coaches to follow up on to see who's coming in. But did everyone that you wanted to come, of the 8 players, or are there anybody that didn't come that you wanted to come?
No, everybody we recruited is here.
Okay.
We hardly lose players. We have a 2026 recruit she announced earlier. As you know, I'm not allowed to speculate names or tell you who they are. We received a commitment from a 2027 player from one of our larger alumni base areas. Is going to play for one of the best teams in 16s this year. I think she's going to help a lot in the class that she's coming in, and I think she's going to help us really improve that class, because we're going to be losing a lot of players that year too. So I'm very happy with that early commitment. She was on campus for an official visit earlier this week and ended up committing before she left. She hasn't announced it on her social media yet, but she has all the pictures and everything. So she's going to do that soon.
Okay, because I'm churning already thinking about it. But thank you for that information, Coach.
Coach, let's get into talking about the upcoming schedule, the 2025 schedule, which begins, by the way, just to let everybody know, I think if I do the math right, it's 11 days, August 24th, right at home against West Florida. Bit of a opening. I don't know if we call that an exhibition or preseason or contest, but opportunity to kind of get going. And then we've got tournaments where you travel, participating in a Hampton tournament in Hampton, Virginia, then returning again to Georgia State, where we were last year, up in Atlanta, Georgia, the weekend of September 5th and 6th. So for all you Atlanta Rattlers, there's an opportunity to get over to Georgia State Friday and Saturday. And then we come back to hosting again. I think this is the second year that we're hosting the FAMU Invitational, the weekend of September 11th, 12th, and 13th. And then you'll be over in Jacksonville for a tournament or for 3 games. I guess they don't really call them tournaments, but they're more 3 matches over there. What excites you about the schedule? And then if you would add about the FAMU Invitational, I just see 2 teams, 2 games. Is it just 2, or will there be a 3rd team? Anything that you can share on the FAMU Invitational the weekend of September 11th through the 13th?
Yeah, absolutely. Exhibition is against West Florida. It's in Lawson at 1:00 on that Sunday. I think there is an event that's happening there Friday, Saturday. So we ended up kind of being forced to play on that Sunday instead of earlier. That's a little late for exhibition, but it's good to be home. And West Florida always gives us great competition. Hampton, we agreed to go, and they're going to be coming to us next year. That's one of our home and away trips. We catch a very good East Carolina team there. That's our opening match on a neutral court. I think it's a perfect match to play. And we play another HBCU there when we are there, Yilmaz. So that kind of serves that purpose, that it's more of an HBCU type of event. We like that. Georgia State, I mean, we like playing in Atlanta. It's easy to get to. Good competition. So we're headed back there to play for those 2 days. And then at home, we had the 4th team for that tournament. Louisiana Lafayette owns us a return trip, but our contract said 26 or 27. McNeese and Lafayette play each other in a different tournament. So we kind of agreed we'll defer that to the following year. We were able to find another team to join, and then they had budget concerns. They didn't want to make the drive. It was from a further distance. So it ended up being 2 teams, but McNeese is a high-quality team, and Georgia State owns us a return trip from last year. So that kind of circled that. My first year here, when I accepted the job, 2 things they told me: it's impossible to do volleyball camps at FAMU. And then the other thing was you can't host a tournament here. So we are establishing the tournament. Last 4 years, our camps have done great. This is the first year we have surpassed 100 kids, and our prospect camp was, again, close to 80. And that's limited by number. So we're proud we're able to host back-to-back. But that schedule will change slightly. President's Convocation is moved to Lawson that weekend. And I believe risk management found out that Gaither is not safe to host a match. So we're looking to kind of move that schedule around a little bit. We'll still play at home. The times will probably change a little bit, and the match the other 2 teams play against each other might need to be played somewhere else. We're working on it. And then the last one, again, Jacksonville, very easy to get to. It's a good recruiting base for us. And we are able to catch a good Jacksonville State team there. And also West Virginia gives us a Power 4 competition on a neutral court. And it's a 3-day event, very well spaced out before conference starts. And we open with Jackson. So I think it's going to be a really great test for us to be able to play and then come back home and prepare for Jackson State match.
And real quick, you mentioned about Gaither. Your team is practicing in Gaither, though, right? Correct? I've seen videos and pictures. But I don't know if it's full-time, though.
No, not full-time. Something happened with the AC, I believe, a couple of days before or a week before our preseason started. So the AC is offline. The humidity is really bad there when the AC is not working. So the vents are leaking. We're only able to use 1 court at times. And obviously there is a bunch of different events that they book in these facilities way earlier than we're allowed to book them. So we're back and forth between Lawson and Gaither. We were back to Gaither today. We're there until Friday. Then we go back to Lawson. Then we have to come back to Gaither, go back again. It's just being back and forth. But I'm hoping the floor will stay intact there with all the humidity that the water is pulling on that. Hopefully they won't have to redo the floor 4th time in a short period of time. That's our hope.
Ours as well. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Coach, talk about the SWAC kind of size up. The competition and the quality of play has continued to rise and rise every year. And I'm sure this year is no different. Kind of talk about SWAC play and also the SWAC tournament and where it be hosted.
Yeah, that's a good hint to lead to the end there. Well, Jackson State is bringing a lot of quality players, and their coach have done tremendous there last year. So I'm expecting them to be the front runner, and they bring quality players in every position. I'm expecting Alabama A&M to be really good. Really good coach there. He recruited well. One of our top players. They convinced her to come back and play again. So I think they're going to be a contender there. Texas Southern has a lot of good players coming back, and this is the third year that group is playing together. So I would expect them to improve from where they were in the previous couple of years. And Prairie View is returning the Conference Player of the Year. I mean, anytime you have somebody that caliber coming back, really experienced kid, although they had a coaching change, I think they'll be good. And, Alabama State always plays us tough wherever we play them. The competition will be good, but that's what we want. I mean, we want to be challenged, even if we go 16-0 or 19-0, whatever. We want all matches to be really competitive and be challenged every day. That's important, and I think a lot of teams are getting better. They're getting good kids from transfer portal. They're getting kids earlier from high schools, and we're happy with the improvement. Right. Oh, conference tournament. Yes, it's in Tallahassee. Yep. So we are finally hosting. It's in a rotation, so everybody hosts at a certain time. I think it goes in 12-year rotation since there are 12 teams. At the top of my head, I'm not sure what the dates are. I think it's November 21st through 23rd. That's that Friday through Sunday. We're very excited. It's going to be in Tallahassee, that we don't have to travel and play here at home in Lawson. It's going to be really a fun event.
Yes, indeed. November 21st to the 23rd. Mark your calendars. Be in Tallahassee. Pack out the Lawson. Should be a good weekend. Go ahead, Marcus. You're on mute. Give Marcus. There you go, Marcus.
So, Coach, with the roster that you've assembled, and I don't want to put the cart too much in front of the horse, but you've played some really challenging, and I guess just from the draw that you received in the NCAA tournament, some teams that are typically in the top 25. With this team, even though I know you're looking at competing and winning the conference championship, how well do you think the assembly of talent would fare against some of the talent that you may face in the NCAA tournament, not just maybe for this year, but going forward in terms of how you're trying to construct the team? And is that something that you think about?
We think about this, and we talked to our current AD about this in length as well, how to kind of close that gap, because there is a major gap if you go from where we are to even top 50. And it is not only the talent you bring in, you're bringing in good kids, but everything surrounding your program has to match what that investment is. And some people put the name of Creighton, they said we want to be Creighton of HBCU volleyball. It's an exciting idea, but the amount of resources Creighton puts around their volleyball team, and I'm not only talking about how much you pay people or what your locker room looks like. It is the number of people that work with your team, from trainers to people that sell tickets, to people that prepare your promotions. I mean, you're looking at the website. We're short of people to, complete the roster. I haven't seen any promotions for volleyball games, although we were one of the few teams that haven't lost a home game the entire year. All of those things go into that pod where even how many managers you can afford, we have zero. How many male practice players you can have, that increases the level of practice in your gym. I think that cohesive culture shift or the cohesive support has to be there for us to be able to close that gap. And we have reached to quality kids. And I can say top 100 kids. Several of our kids, I think, can easily play top 100. And you've seen some of them become All-Americans in the past when they graduated. Now we have 2 that are playing professional, including ISIS signing a contract. So as an institution and the name FAMU carries and the body of work we've done here and our reputation as coaches in the volleyball community, we can attract some good kids. But then it takes more than just having talent in the gym to be able to close that gap and be competitive with those groups. And, the gap is not short. It is a wide margin to move up there. Our goal is to get started. Let's get started and let us be the ones that expedite that process. We have faith in our recruiting. We have faith in our abilities to train. We have faith in our abilities to retain the kids. In my 8 years here, we only lost 1 player to a transfer out. So all of those are great things. But I think we have a lot of areas that we have to improve overall in order to start thinking about how we can be more competitive in those situations. Once that closes a little bit more, you would see more matches like West Virginia's. Then we would play more mid-level ACCs, mid-level SEC, mid-level Big 12, or maybe fly to West Coast, play some of those WAC teams. But we got to be able to have that culture overall to be able to get that point and be competitive. Last thing you want is play all of these and you think you can match up and your preseason is 0-12.
Right.
And you're at the end of September scratching your head and thinking, how am I going to get to 500? Really interesting subject, conversation that we have time to time. Like I said, I hope we get started. And several of our teams, if you think about that, track is on the same boat. They can do the exact same thing we're doing. There is tremendous potential as Florida A&M. I think if we get things together collectively, I think we can make that happen in multiple sports. You guys mentioned the commitments that men's basketball is getting. Obviously they can do that too. And but we are hoping that with the leadership change now at the top of the university, more of those might be able to be resolved. But that's always been my goal, and I shared it here. I want to win an NCAA tournament game. But don't get me wrong, it's not easy. It's the whole support that needs to be behind the program before you get to that level.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. And actually, there was someone sent out, and I couldn't find it. I was looking for it really quick. Someone sent out a tweet of the athletic budgets for the volleyball programs. I don't know if it was Michaela Chester or someone like that, and it's staggering for some of the teams in the top that you see in the top 5, top 10. I'm talking 6 figures for the volleyball.
Well, I mean, it's in the multiple millions for the top ones that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. But I would encourage you to look at the locker room Alabama A&M built. And, even the level that's closer to us. I mean, let's talk about North Florida. North Florida is a team we beat. And we can compete with recruits with them all day. But the overall support, the number of staff that deals with your team. So their priority is your sport during your season is very important in this. And again, all of these come with financial commitment, obviously, but they have a huge return in terms of how quickly you can move up in my sport. But once that starts moving up a little bit, I'm confident we can be top 100 very quickly here. And once you're top 100, now you continue to get better kids, because that's what happened to us. We won a couple of championships. Now we get looks from kids that wouldn't even look at our way. And we can definitely continue that trend. But again, it's great to work in a school where people recognize the name, people understand the tradition, and we have shown we can be successful, and hoping to get to that next step for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you, Coach.
Coach, while you mentioned and Marcus's question brought up the discussion about the NCAA tournament, I was wondering something, and I'm curious if there's been any discussions during like spring meetings among volleyball coaches or competition committee. Has there been any talk about moving the opening round of the volleyball tournament to something similar to what we see in baseball, softball, where it's a double elimination? Meaning, you travel, 4 teams travel to, for example, to Lincoln, Nebraska, and you only get one game, where, it would seem like volleyball is the kind of sport that would allow, because of the time and the pace of the game, where you could play a game and then there would be an elimination bracket. So it would at least give everybody a 2-game minimum. Has any conversations like that come up, or what's your thoughts on something like that?
Well, from the coaches groups that work on these suggestions and different things that go up to the American Volleyball Coaches Association and then above to the NCAA, it is going the other direction. The way that our competitions were counted, we were allowed to play 28 days. And you can play multiple matches in those days. So you can play 40 matches in 28 days. 3 years ago, they changed that to 32 dates only. 32 matches only. So it doesn't matter how many you play per day. So they limited the number of matches you can play. And double elimination in the conference tournament level was only done in the SWAC. And I think they stopped doing that back in 2018. Some of the matches were running really late. I think people were getting hurt and that type of thing. So I don't foresee that being in the horizon for volleyball. Maybe expanding the field. People talked about that. So you play more of a play-in game that can extend your time there if you win round 1. So maybe 6 teams in a location compared to playing a loser's bracket. So the top 2 sits out, winner of 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5, play them. That might be more realistic to involve more teams because the viewership is really increased. And that can bring more people in the stands and make those first sub-regionals really more competitive and more of a place where you can see more spectators joining.
Okay. Well, good to know. I appreciate that insight, Coach. Appreciate that insight. Okay. Well, Coach, we appreciate your time this evening. As always, always so gracious. We respect and appreciate everything you've done. I love hearing about the growth of the camps and hosting tournaments, and now we got the SWAC tournament. There's nothing that we can't do at FAMU, and there's nothing that FAMU volleyball can achieve under your leadership, you and Coach Canfield, and we look forward to B Huddy back in the house again. And so, we're really excited. Any last words you want to share with Rattler Nation, Coach?
Well, we really appreciate the support. We're very happy to be here and work with the team we have currently. We have a middle school tournament. This is the second year for that tournament again, the one we ran last year. 24 teams playing Leon County schools. There are 9 middle schools. 8 of them are playing in this tournament. Wow. It is this Saturday, 16th, in Al Lawson. And all middle schools from Leon County play each other 3 matches each, 8, 9, and 10 o'clock. And then 11 o'clock starts private schools and schools from the surrounding areas. And there are 16 of them. They play from 11 until 6 o'clock. So we're expecting it to be a fun event again. It was a huge success last year. All the teams are returning. And Leon County schools put their support behind this event too. So we appreciate Dr. Benny Bolden allowing us to host this event again. He's a FAMU alumni. So it's going to be a fun event. Anybody that's around in town wants to see a big volleyball event in Lawson this Saturday, we would appreciate them showing up and see everybody there in the stands.
Man, look, breaking down, just making all kinds of things happen, Coach. Hey, awesome stuff. Again, the Rattlers open up the season August 24th, Sunday, 1 o'clock in Al Lawson against West Florida. And then they're going to be in the VA August 29th and 30th to open up the regular season against East Carolina, Hampton University, and Maryland Eastern Shore. Coach, thank you for your time. Always a pleasure having you on the show. And we look forward to catching up with you and some of the ladies from the team throughout the course of the fall season. We always like to have folks, the players, the students on the show. So we'll look forward to having them on. All right. Well,
appreciate you again. And next week, I think Marcus will have the names of those recruits. I'll be watching.
Yes, he will, Coach. Yes, he will.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. Thanks, care. Coach. Have a good one. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. You heard that. Hey, did you guys notice, and I don't know if anyone else noticed this, when you look at the volleyball schedule, do you notice we play everybody in the conference at least once? Did you notice that? Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Obviously, we're in the East Division, or what you might say is the East Division, right? So we play every team in the quote-unquote East, those 5 opponents twice. And then we play once the other team from the West.
Okay.
And that's your 16-game regular season. I don't know, what sport have we talked about when we're like, how come they can't do that in this sport? Hello, softball. I'm just saying, volleyball has figured out how to do it. I don't understand why softball can't. I'm just saying, I think basketball's figured out how to do it too, right? Where you play everybody. It's not that hard. I just noticed that as I was looking at the schedule. I'm like, man, I didn't know that we play everybody. But anyway, can't wait for the volleyball season to start. Marcus, I know you'll be catching us up on the recruiting and everything.
We got him.
You've already got him. Look at that. I know that. Marcus already got
him. I need to find that 2027. I saw the announcement from the young lady for 2026. And I think I may have mentioned this 2 weeks ago when she first announced, because it was like late June, early July. This is like the 3rd or 4th year we've had a commitment a year ahead. Well, for a young lady in volleyball going into her senior year in high school. I want to say it's like at least the 3rd or 4th year in a row.
Right. All right. Coming up, we're going to take a short break. Just want to let everybody know, coming up after our interview and a conversation with Nia Bostic, we're going to tell you how you can register to win a pair of club-level seats to the Orange Blossom Classic on the FAMU side. And you may say, how can I register? Well, how are you going to register? You're going to answer the question. The question, you got to stay around on the show before we tell you the question. And then you're going to send your name and phone number to O&G StrikeZone at gmail.com. So if you want to go ahead and get your email queued up, get the address in the to field. And so that way, when we give you the question coming up after the break, you're going to have an opportunity to win a pair of club level seats on the FAMU side to the Orange Blossom Classic. There you go. All right. Our next guest, Nia Bostic, has been patiently waiting. We're going to take a short break, catch up on the commercial breaks, and come right back with Nia Bostic. And hang tight. You're watching the O&G StrikeZone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Bryan, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Football fans, HBCU football is back in the ATL with the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge Kickoff. Representing the MEAC, North Carolina Central, and representing the SWAC, Southern, Eagles, Jaguars, the Marching Sound Machine, the Human Jukebox. The kickoff trophy is up for grabs, and bragging rights are on the line. The rivalry is real. Bring the family and join us pre-game for the fun-filled Coca-Cola fan experience, including band jamborees, food, activations, and fellowship. For tickets and information, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.
As technology continues to bring changes to the world of education, it's time we also reimagine teacher professional development. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all learning that can only be accessed at a specific time and place. The Stride PD Center is an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that allow educators to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. The best professional development plans are those that include a level of flexibility and choice for educators. Whether you're a teacher, school, or district, visit us today to take charge of your learning.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
There we go. I was like, everybody but me. Hey, welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone. I'm Bryan, that's Kelvin, that's Marcus, and joining us on the show, making a debut appearance, is none other than a former FAMU women's basketball player, a current grad of FAMU out of the Decatur, Georgia, Southwest DeKalb High School's very own Nia Bostic. Nia, welcome to the O&G StrikeZone. How you doing, young lady?
Hello, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
All right, the illustrious Southwest DeKalb, such great history there. You know, Marcus got all excited. Marcus, are you an alum of Southwest DeKalb?
No, but grew up right down the street.
Right down the
street. I see
street.
the tag Decatur_G.
That's him. That's him.
Yep. Right between Columbia High School and Southwest DeKalb.
Nia, why don't you walk us back in? You know, obviously there's a lot of FAMU ties between FAMU and Southwest DeKalb. How did you find your way to FAMU, and just give us a little of your background prior to you even joining the women's basketball team?
Yeah, so growing up here in DeKalb County, I also played an instrument. I was in the band for as long as I played basketball. And so a lot of people who are band directors and who are around students and teach us are from Florida A&M and marched in the Marching 100. And so it kind of had students, peers just like myself, asking around, like, what's up with the Marching 100? Like, if all the greats are going there and all of our teachers are going there, maybe we want to be a part of this. So, and it actually wasn't even my teachers. First, it was my parents. So my parents graduated from Florida A&M, both marched in the Marching 100, fall 96. And being musically inclined, just growing up with all this music knowledge from them, teachers, peers, I kind of migrated myself in wanting to become in the Marching 100 and be with people who are musically inclined with me as well.
Nice. And so you what was your instrument? What did you play?
I played piccolo. I came up on
okay.
piccolo, and then I also played flute for the Wind Symphony and Symphonic Band.
Okay. So how did you make? Okay, so you come to Tallahassee. You're part of the 100, correct?
Actually, not correct.
Okay. Correct me. Go ahead and school me and give us the story because.
So I went to Tallahassee Community College, graduating high school. I was about to come up in the marching 100 for the band, but my last game of basketball, I was just so heartbroken. So I decided that was not my last game of basketball ever. I was going to college for basketball. My high school coach here at Southwest DeKalb helped me find a full scholarship to Tallahassee Community College. So I went there for 2 years. I played JUCO, graduated, and that's when things were a little funny. The transfer portal had just been created. And so I didn't really get a lot of offers that I wanted. So I was like, let's go to an HBCU, like I knew I always wanted to do. Let's pick up my instrument so I can get this scholarship. And I came back to FAMU on the other side of the train tracks.
Nice. All right, go ahead, Kelvin. Let you keep it going from there.
So, first of all, congratulations, a recent graduate of FAMU. What did you get your degree in?
I got it in interdisciplinary studies with a concentration in communications and minor in journalism.
Okay, so I'm familiar with your story. You have a sibling that matriculated through FAMU too, right?
I might have a few.
So did that have any? I guess my question centers around what was your experience coming to FAMU and then seeing your sister and some of the things, trend-setting things she did?
I was in high school when the news broke, and it was huge, of course, because we're all from DeKalb County, we're all from Southwest DeKalb, and we're all around Marching 100 alumni. And I'm going to say it was very amazing to watch her and her journey, but it's not what really motivated me on my course.
Okay, so with that, you were at TCC, you were playing basketball, and then you transferred to FAM, and you were in the band.
Yes.
So talk about your love for basketball and why you decided to transition to basketball from the band at FAMU.
Well, when I signed for my band scholarship, even when I had no offers, I knew I'd be back on somebody's court in somebody's jersey. So I stayed working on my craft by myself. All that semester I was in the gym. Spring semester I was with the rec center playing with the regular people leagues. I was on FAMU's rec courts outside, just really working on myself because I knew I'd be somewhere. I just didn't know when. So I knew I had to keep working on my craft because my time was going to come, and it did.
So you love basketball more than music?
Tough one. Tough question.
That's a very tough one. I would say I love being athletic. I love moving. In the Marching 100, they did a lot of that too. So it was really, the Marching 100 is the hardest working organization on the campus. And while I was under Coach Bridget Gordon, she was trying to change that and, make other athletes the hardest working. But really, I can't say, and shout out to Dr. Chipman, I can't say there was too much of a difference on how hard we worked. Being a D1 athlete and being in the Marching 100, coming back and bringing it on with other alumni and other band members and showing the little kids, it's still very hard and very tiring.
All right. Okay. Go ahead, Marcus.
Well, Ms. Bostic, I wanted to ask, with all the, FAMU alums in your family and the ties that you have, any stories that they told or any experiences they had, how would you compare and contrast to your experience? I don't know if there's stories about the 100 that your parents told and that your sister told. Did you have similar experience, something different, or it wasn't as bad or it was worse than what you were told, or were the fairy tales true? Or, so talk about a little bit about your FAMU experience compared to what you may have been shared with you before you got there.
Well, I would say it was very the same in the aspect of relationships and who you meet and how long you carry on and build those relationships to what they can do for you. My mom talked about that tremendously growing up. I mean, both my parents. And so coming up, I would say holding on to that in your freshman sibs, that was fairly the same. That those ties, you're never going to lose track of your freshman sibs. We all came up together, went through that hardship together. And yeah, of course, I think honestly, my experience in the Marching 100 was a little bit better because we came in a new age. I came up in fall 22 while my sister came up fall 19 and fall 16. And so I had some new things and better things, or maybe the Marching 100 was doing just a little bit better money-wise. So I would compare or joke with my sisters about our boxed lunches or our dinners after the games. And I mean, even my parents who said they didn't really have after or post-meal games. And I was shocked. Like, I've never heard that one before. So that was funny. We all joke about.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I'm curious about, you mentioned, okay, I'm how challenging and tough it is being in the 100, but you're being in the 100, then you are going and you're being coached by a legend. So you're working in two programs, being coached and taught by legends. When you go to the basketball court and when you're there with Coach Gordon and those teammates, how did that experience being in the 100? How did that help you in Coach Gordon's program? And obviously that's the first 2 years where she's really still trying to establish what type of program and team she wants to build and be. But your teammates, I mean, I know your teammates had to be looking at you like, how are you doing that and this? Or how did you do that and now you're doing this? Take us behind the scenes on that a little bit.
Most definitely. They were in awe of everything that I would do on campus, but I wasn't doing both at the same time. I did drop the Marching 100, and I still did symphonic band in the springtime while traveling for games, of course. The difference, or Coach Gordon, she really pushed defense into us and a mindset about everything. And I would say that was exactly the same on the Marching 100 field. It's a mindset, 90% mental, 10% physical. What can you do? What are you thinking? It's all you.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, I would imagine there were moments where maybe your teammates might have been gassed on a few things, sprints or whatever, some toughness drills, as us crazy coaches, us coaches like to call them sometimes. We all come up with ingenious things to come up with. But I'm sure there were moments when you were able to kind of maybe dig a little bit deeper than some others, right? I'm sure. And yeah.
That's just me, who I am. So coming from band, so with band and basketball, I started 4th and 5th grade, but I also ran track. And I did all of these 3 things all of my life. So getting myself in shape, running, that was never really a problem. My biggest thing that I was focused on was getting back to somebody's court. And once I did that, I knew I was good. So yeah, when they would see me, of course, sometimes it would be like, whoa, like just so amazed, or, because I'm a runner. I'm also a runner with the basketball players. So I can run and just for days. Yeah.
Where did that love of basketball come from? Because I mean, I really hear it and see it in your face and voice. Like, basketball is that like happy place. You obviously are talented in so many other things, but where did that come from? Who were your inspirations in the basketball game?
Growing up, I would watch my older sisters. I mean, Nia Bostic, again, she played for a church league, our church in Atlanta. And I really wanted to play, but I wasn't old enough. And that really hurt me. It really hurt me. And I don't know why. And ever since then, my mind was just on basketball and all things basketball. all up in elementary school. So by the time I was of age, I was ready to go, and I was just already having fun with it.
Wow. Awesome stuff. What was your greatest achievement while you were in? What would you say maybe your greatest basketball achievement?
I would say building myself up back onto a team and getting myself to where I am right now, which is not only did I know that I'd be back on somebody's court, but I knew that I'd be going to somebody's grad school and they'd be paying for it while I was playing basketball. I knew that. And then I'm also, I'm a 4-time region championship here in DeKalb County. So that's one of my biggest things.
Nice. Go ahead, Kelvin.
She's also a very hard-working young lady, which is how we kind of cross paths. You know, she going to school, doing all these things, and she was also working. But I kind of talk about what's next for you. You kind of teased it, but go ahead and talk about what's next for you.
Yeah, so I've been in the transfer portal and I've been talking to schools, and so I have committed to the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Alaska. Yes, Alaska.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm getting my master's in business of administration.
And when do you leave to go to Alaska?
In about a week.
Oof.
Well, congratulations on that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So in that regard, what transitions do you expect to have to make going from basically southeastern U.S. to Alaska in terms of culture, in terms of acclimatization? What types of things are you anticipating?
Well, definitely big things in the weather. I have to mentally prepare myself for all things cold. But I'm just super excited for this journey and to be able to have coaches who just want me to get out there and play and be myself. So that's what I'm mostly excited for. I'm not really scared of Alaska. I take everything one day at a time, like I always do. So I will officially really know what it's like when I get there. I don't really speak on it too much now because I don't know. So we're going to see.
How long is the program? Is that a 1-year program or a 2-year program for your MBA?
Look like it froze.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, give it a second. She may have. I think she may have got. There she is. You're there. There you go, Nia. Say again, Marcus. Okay. Repeat your question for Nia.
My question. 1-year program. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh. Edwin said, "Yeah, a lot of dark days and cold weather." Yeah.
Yes, and that sun too. A really different change from being a Southern belle here in Georgia, but I'm excited.
Nice. How did so have you been on you did a campus visit, or was it a lot of virtual stuff, just more communication with the coaches over the phone or via Zoom?
It was a lot of virtual communications. Everything is happening so fast that I didn't have time for a visit, but hey.
Oh man, that's a heck of an adventure. I mean, but look, it's one of those places that a lot of people probably don't get a chance to go visit, and so to be able to travel that far and then experience that, that's going to be an amazing journey for you. An amazing journey.
Hey, Bryan, she didn't want to say it, but with me talking to her and hearing, and you can see it when she talk about basketball. She loves basketball. She's going to Alaska to play to get her degree now, but also to play basketball. And for me, that's a beautiful thing to see young people follow their dreams and do what they love and are passionate about. So.
Well said. Marcus, any other questions or thoughts, or Nia, anything you want to share with Rattler Nation? Because I know there's been a lot of people that have been a part of your support circle, and we just gonna have to pray on you and think about you from afar for about a year or two. But I want to give you the word, give you the last words, and kind of just share Rattler Nation and your family and friends, and shout them out.
Yeah, to my Rattler Nation, I just want to say thank you guys so much for always supporting us. I mean, not just me, my teammates as well. We saw y'all in the stands at every game, every away game, even the ones that were further. And I want y'all to keep up the same support with this new team, and all love to them, and I wish them the best of luck.
All right. What conference are you guys in?
Wow. I would have to go look.
That's all right. We'll look it up. But we know Alaska travels, so that's the one thing you guys have to travel. I mean,
yeah, we do.
There it is. All right. Well, we'll be looking out for you this upcoming season, playing Alaska Anchorage, Nia Bostic,
Fairbanks.
Okay. See, I know there's Alaska Anchorage. I knew that was Alaska Fair. Okay, so you have to give us the geography. I know you looked it up. Where is Fairbanks close to? How far is it from Seattle, Washington?
Alaska is far from every point in the United States, but from Seattle, it's still over 2,000 miles. Woo. Still a long journey, but I can say from Anchorage is kind of at the south, the bottom of Alaska, while Fairbanks is kind of towards the middle.
You're getting close to Antarctica, close, boy. Okay, man. God bless you. I can't wait to follow this. Kelvin, we got to follow this story. This is amazing. Nia, you got to please tag us when you're taking photos, whether it be IG or Twitter. Please tag O&G StrikeZone, because we got to see some of these visuals. I mean, there's going to be some things you're going to see up in Alaska that I can't even imagine yet. But please tag us so we can share, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for hanging tight with us tonight. God bless you. Safe travels. And we can't wait to see your journey
thank you.
As you head to Alaska, all right?
Yes. And thank you again, Mr. Rozier, for inviting me on.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
All right. Safe travels. Nia Bostic. Oh, give your social handles so people can find you and reach out to you, Nia. Give your social handles.
Yes, if you just look at my name at the bottom, type that in, and you'll find me on anything.
I like that. Young lady, keep it simple. That's how you keep it. Keep it simple so people can find you. That's beautiful.
Yes.
All right. Nia Bostic, make sure to reach her out on social, just like it's spelled there on the screen. God bless you, and we look forward to following your journey over this upcoming season, okay?
Thank you. God bless.
All right. God bless you. All right. How cool is that, man? That is awesome. Good stuff, Kelvin.
I thought that would be an interesting story. The more I talked with her, the more I was like, no, we got to bring on the show.
Yeah. Good stuff. Radical Rattler shares that Clement Johnson came from Alaska Fairbanks. Okay, didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. I knew it was one of those Alaska schools where he came from before his last coaching stint at FAM, but I couldn't remember which one.
Okay.
We had an AD out there too. I think, what was it, Lee? I can't remember what his first name, Michael Lee, I think, Mike. But he was out there in Alaska too as AD for a while.
Okay. Good stuff. Nia Bostic. All right. What other, before we give the other stuff, quick update, any other news and notes? Marcus, do I need to pull up this slide thing, I guess?
Yeah, we could do it real quick.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me pull
Just let me know which
here.
one you're pulling up.
Any other news and notes, Kelvin, that you want to add or get to while I'm pulling this up?
Yeah, Road Dogg said for anybody who still want to do the package for the Tampa Rays game, which is going to be also FAMU Day, and they got the cap. He still have a few packages left, but the drop dead date for the hat purchase is this Friday. So you can go to his site. I think it's Just Looking Out.
Just Looking Out. JUS Looking Out. I think I have it in here. I thought I had it somewhere.
It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom of the script, I think, somewhere.
Yeah.
And also, the boosters. The golf tournament was this past weekend, but the kickoff luncheon is coming up not this weekend, but the following weekend. So you can also purchase tables and tickets from the boosters.
Right. Make sure to hit up FAMURattlerBoosters.com. Saturday. So the Rays game is Friday, the 22nd, and the booster thing is Saturday, the 23rd. Just so you guys are aware. All right. Marcus Green with the latest information, verbal commits and signees as of today, August 13th, 2025. Marcus, what you got for us?
Well, actually, the most critical part, if you scroll down, I mean, all of this is information we've covered in previous, so you have to scroll all the way down because these are names that are on the roster as of yesterday. There was a roster update. Not all of them have pictures. Not all of the rosters have pictures, but these are names that are listed. But what I wanted to do is get to the names that were previously committed that weren't on the roster as of yesterday, so we can kind of take a look at that and understand. We don't know what happened. We don't know if there were casualties of the portal or qualifications or things of that nature. The two I was looking for,
right
here,
two
defensive linemen. Yep, that should be. Yeah. No. Go a little further.
Keep going further.
Yep. So these are players still on the roster, and I should have moved them up. Yeah, right here.
I like that. Missing milk carton. Verbal commits not on the fall camp roster.
Yes. So let's scroll down. We can go through. So Chase Dexter, and I think we saw him get in the portals midsummer. So he's a defensive back from Plant City, and actually one of our early commitments from last fall. So he wasn't listed on the roster. So I suspect he's in the portal just because I think he announced something earlier this summer. Next one, please. Roman Purcell, did not see him listed, and he was one of the ones that Coach Colsey mentioned in one of the postseason interviews that we had. So I did not see his name listed on the roster as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not showing here, but I think that's Cooper Badix. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right.
Cooper,
we saw him.
Badix or Badix. I think it's Badix because he came over from Edward Waters, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And we saw maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 10 days ago, where he announced he was in the portal.
Okay.
And we knew, we must have offered 7-8 kickers over the summer.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many kickers did we have at one point?
Actually, 2 of them are on this list, at least 2.
There's another one.
Yeah, Andrew Abu Akel, and he committed last December. And he actually played in Florida, in the state of Florida. So he played for Chaminade Madonna, and he committed last December. So he was another early commitment kicker, but he wasn't listed. So once again, I'm not claiming to know the disposition of the players, whether it's, something, either a departure for the team or if they're waiting on eligibility or whatever the case may be, but just names that were missing from commitments that were made earlier in the year for the 2025 class. Next slide, please. Gavin Hill. So he was a tight end that came from UF and is also from the state of Florida. So he wasn't listed. So our tight end depth, I know we have the transfer from North Carolina Central, Miles Campbell. And I think we have some returning players at that position as well. Some players who didn't get playing time last year who were behind the other tight ends who since
Kobe Groves and the
Carter Johnson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So next slide, please. Moselle Williams. Now he was one of the highly rated commits that came from Rutgers. They committed to us early in the spring, but once again, don't see his name on the roster, but it sounds like Coach Williams is excited about the players that he happens to have on the offensive line. And he was a teammate of Tyler Jefferson. Alex Moscaso, who was a long snapper. So I think I saw from the downloaded roster, we only have one long snapper, and he's a true freshman unless we're moving someone else in that position. So that'll be interesting on special teams. Tritarius Lovett. Actually, the next two, if I remember correctly, are Tallahassee natives. And I haven't seen their names on the roster, either the previous update necessarily at running back and offensive lineman. And so I hadn't seen their names on the most recent roster, and even the first update, that was in mid-July. Next slide. Isaiah Murphy, one of our high school recruits. I didn't see the name on the roster, and I did see the other ones. So, we only had about 4 or 5 signees out of high school on signing day, and I think I saw the majority of them on there. So the wide receiver from Tampa, the defensive end from South Florida, there's a defensive back / linebacker from Maryland, and the offensive lineman from Orlando. So those 4 I know were listed, but I did not see Isaiah's name. So, once again, just noting the difference between commitments and the most recent roster update as of today. Once again, a commitment here on Larry Jones, defensive end. And he committed in mid-May, so I didn't see his name there. Keep going. Solomon Lowry is a wide receiver coming over from FSU. And I had not checked his socials to see, if there was a change of heart or anything there. But once again, a name that wasn't apparent on the most recent roster. Aubrey Smith, it was a linebacker out of Beaufort, but also came from Colorado University of Houston. So he had some experience, but I didn't see his name on the roster. He was a midsummer commit. And Jacoby Judy, and I think I saw where his commitment post may have been, the infamous post not found. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, I didn't see that. And the next one, if I remember correctly, is one I was mildly surprised about. I did not see him. I know he was a late summer commit, and I thought or heard something about him at camp, but his name was not on the roster. So hopefully we'll see. I don't know. Once again, can't speculate on the whys and hows on that particular issue, but I'm just noticing a difference. And that would add to our you don't have to worry about that. That's extra stuff. That's players we thought that might have been committed. So those are the football players that just noted when I was looking at the roster updates, who is missing. And actually the first one that got listed in July, there were a lot more that weren't listed, and they came through update that came out yesterday. So, of course, the high school freshmen you wouldn't really expect to be listed, but there are some of the transfers. And I was looking for the 2 transfer defensive tackles. The one, I think Mazio Randall? I think he's from Towson, and the other young man that came from Liberty. They were like 6'2", 6'3", 270, 280. Because I know just from last year, we probably need all the beef in the middle so we can make sure people aren't running up and down the gridiron on us.
Mm-hmm. All right, good stuff. Appreciate that, Marcus. Just as a teaser, next week, look for us to do our season preview show, our football season preview show. Yeah, exactly. Where we not only break down both sides of the ball, special teams, but also look at the schedule, give our season predictions, win-loss, as well as the SWAC. And we'll come up with some interesting things. Maybe we'll post some different, try to get some fan feedback on some different things just to kind of add to the discussion in general. Okay. Again, it's that time of the show. Many of you have been hanging around, waiting on It's been a great tease. Appreciate all of you being a part of the show. We're going to look to give away a pair of club level seats on the FAMU side for the 2025 InvestQ QQQ. No, is it Invesco QQQ? Gotta get it right.
Triple
Orange
Q.
Yes, triple Q. I was one Q short there. Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. This will be club level seats on the FAMU side. So it comes with not only great seats there, but also comes with access to this wonderful club level lounge that it'll come with. How do you register? Well, you got to go and you answer the upcoming question. Send your name and phone number to O&G StrikeZone at gmail.com. And because we want this to be a fresh live show, you will have until 11 p.m. Eastern or 10 p.m. Central. So you got a 30-minute window to submit your answer to the question. And then all of the entries are thrown into a pot, and then we'll select, and then the winner will be selected. Okay, so this is just to register to win a chance. All right. What I miss? Somebody's comment, somebody's slick comment.
We're registering to get a chance.
I mean, you know, got to register to get a chance. You know, that's why I only give it. That's why you only have a 30-minute window, because we're about to close the show, and then you got 30 minutes. So after 11, you know, it's like, hey, it closes. So you better get it in before 11 p.m. Eastern. 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific.
8 Pacific, yeah.
Yeah, whatever, and everything in between. Okay, you guys ready for the question?
Question.
Okay. Question. The question is, what year was the only Orange Blossom Classic game tied, and who did FAMU play in that game, and what was the score? So it's a triple in honor of us, the three amigos, the triumvirate here of the O&G StrikeZone. A 3-part question.
And you have to get all 3 right.
You got to get all 3 right. What year was there's only been one tie in the history of the Orange Blossom Classic. What year did it occur? Who did FAMU play? And what was the score? All right. So again, I'll leave that up there for a second as you're coming across it. Again, how to register. Send your name and phone number to O&G StrikeZone at gmail.com. Again, the question, what year was the only OBC game tied? There's only been one in the history of it. Who did FAMU play, and what was the score? All right. No crazy wild guesses by you, Kelvin or Marcus. Although, should I give a hint?
No.
No, okay. I like that. Marcus, quickly. No, don't give any hints.
Yeah, let them do their research.
Let them do their research. All right. Well, you got 30 minutes to get your responses in. The winners you will get a pair of tickets, club level tickets to the Orange Blossom Classic, August 30th in Miami Gardens at Hard Rock Stadium. All right. There you go. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's show, guys. Good show. Great guest. Again, got to thank Keith, FangsUp Podcast, Coach G, Coach Kenshin coming in, talking the new head cross-country coach, Coach Tamika Kenshin. Breaking news there. Then we had Coach Gokhan on, talking about the upcoming season. The Lady Rattlers, FAMU will be hosting the 2025 SWAC volleyball tournament right in the Lawson Center, November 21st through the 23rd. So make plans. But the regular season. The Rattlers will be, they'll be in Hampton, Virginia. They'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. They'll be back home to host a tournament, and then they'll be over in Jacksonville. And then we open up the SWAC play against Jackson State. So that's always fun, right? Always a good time. And then, of course, Nia Bostic. Make sure you hit her up and show her some love if you can. Would you please? That's going to, I feel like I'm doing, we didn't even mention the HBCU Invitational that came out, the information regarding that.
Yeah. Be at Wide World of Sports in Orlando, Disney.
Yeah, this organization has put together an event that features Florida A&M men's basketball, Florida Memorial men's basketball. I'm just giving the Florida teams. Bethune-Cookman women's basketball and Edward Waters women's basketball, I think, right? So all 4 state HBCUs, 2 men, 2 women, are playing in this event. And they'll be playing other HBCUs. And it'll be held at Disney Wide World of Sports, beautiful facility area. And the weekend, do you have the dates on it again, Kelvin?
December 4th through the 7th, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we do know that our men's basketball team will play Tuskegee as one of the 2 opponents. Now, of course, we're the only Division I men's program of the 4 teams. That's one thing I did notice. The same way I think Bethune-Cookman's women are the only Division I women's team on that side.
No, there's another Division I, Hampton.
Oh, Hampton is in it. Okay. I missed that. So there's an opportunity we'll probably play Hampton then. I didn't know that was Hampton.
No. On the women's side, there's 2 Division I's. On the men's side, it's just us.
Gotcha. Okay. So we'll end up playing 2. I saw Liv. I posted something. Liv thought it might be kind of dangerous for FAMU. I wonder how so.
I think she's talking about playing Division II and or NAI schools that have different recruiting allowances, so they'll be talented, and jeopardy of making it a close game. I think Coach will be just fine. He's recruited well, staffed well, and I'm not concerned.
Okay.
Let's play ball. Let's line them up.
Kelvin's not concerned. Kelvin is forever the optimist. Good stuff.
I ain't never scared.
Never scared. I didn't make out who the other men's. Edwin said Tougaloo or Paul. I didn't. I think it might have. I don't think it was Tougaloo. It wasn't Tougaloo. I don't know. I know Kelvin's looking it up. I know it was. I know Tuskegee is the team we play, and I know Florida Memorial men are in it. Now, Florida Memorial's men, they usually have a good program. I don't know if we would necessarily play them, though. I don't know if, they usually have a good program. But, we're not going to duck anybody. I don't get that impression. We'll duck anybody. So.
Nor should we.
All right. Well, we'll share more about that maybe in the upcoming days or next week, and we'll talk more over the course of the week. Make sure you're following us on socials. O&G StrikeZone is where you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Make sure you've hit the thumbs up and the like button. Make sure you hit the bell so you can be, put on when we have notifications about different things and all that good stuff. Hopefully you will be a part of our contest and submit your answers to be a part of our ticket giveaway, a pair of club seats on the FAMU side for the Orange Blossom Classic. And again, you can hit rewind if you want to figure out what the question is. Probably rewind about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. But you have until 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 Central, to get your answers submitted. O&G StrikeZone at gmail.com.
Okay, Bryan, real quick. Breaking news again. You know, we broke news all show.
More breaking news.
No, this is no breaking news, but I'm just gonna say the names real quick of the teams participating. So on the women's side, you got Bethune, Edward Waters, Hampton, and I'm trying to see what this logo is. Cheney.
Oh yes, Cheney. That's a good field.
And then on the men's side, you have Florida Memorial, FAM, Tuskegee, and Nova. No, I didn't say Nova. Barber Scotia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not familiar, but okay.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah. Barber Scotia College.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I would hope that we play Florida Memorial. I mean, at least that, you know, it's an NAIA, but I'm not familiar with Barber Scotia College.
Or Tuskegee. You know, either one would be fine.
We're playing Tuskegee. That's already been said. We're playing Tuskegee. Okay. But I'm saying if I had a choice between playing Barber Scotia College and Florida Memorial, I'd rather play Florida Memorial out of the Sun Conference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? NAIA. So
yeah. Don't forget to look for the big announcement about the Mississippi Valley State FAMU game coming out tomorrow, and then also don't forget to tune in to the O&G next Wednesday.
All right, Marcus, any final words?
We're getting close, you know. Just football season's upon us, and it'll give us a respite from all the other stuff going on in the world, but chomping at the bit just to see how things look.
Well said. All right, Rattler Nation, be well. Have a great week. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you for your interactions and your comments. Make sure you show the guests some love out there on socials. Let them know you appreciate them coming on the show. And let's make sure we're supporting our programs. You know, FangsUp podcast, Keith doing a great job of supporting track. All of our
Fang Exchange.
Fang Exchange, yes, exactly. All those funds for track are going through Fang Exchange, so we definitely appreciate them for all they're doing in this space. And yeah, looking forward to it. We're counting down the days. Football season is right around the corner, so make sure you're following the Black College Sports Network at MyBCSN1 on all the socials. Go check out the BCSN Pod Zone, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Google Podcasts, everywhere that you listen to podcasts. And that's going to do it. For Marcus Green and Kelvin Rozier, I'm Bryan Fulford. Fangs up, Rattlers. Fangs up. Peace out to you.